Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Kristen from krisdoesbeauty. Today we're going to go over 5 reasons it is important to always have a hair consultation anytime you see a new stylist or switch something up in your hair that day. Before we get started on that, go ahead, hit that like button and that subscribe button. And turn on the bell notification to also be notified when I upload new videos. I'm trying to get into a routine where I post at least one hair beauty related video and one sort of fun free card video a week. So stay tuned and see what else I have going on here. Number 1. Your first reason for needing a hair consultation is to make sure that your stylist can examine your particular hair type and make sure, even if you're doing a haircut, that you are using product that is appropriate for your hair type. If your hair is more on the dry side as opposed to someone with finer, more silky, healthier hair, you're gonna need something a little bit more hydrating, where that silkier, finer hair might need something with a little more volume. As far as hair color is concerned, you need to make sure that the hair color is going to be appropriate for the natural color of your hair, any previous hair color that could possibly be on there. You don't want to use something too harsh. If you have a Brazilian blowout or a keratin treatment, you want a hair color or hair products that are not going to wash any of that out. You want something with no sulfates, something that can work with, not against. For those of you who have very sensitive skin, you might want to make sure that you get a patch test to make sure that you're not allergic to any product that could be in that hair color. Just making sure that everyone is on the same page as far as allergies, what your hair can and can't handle. The second would be a preference of style. Again, whether it's for a haircut or especially a hair color. A preference in style could be, some people, as they do haircuts, they like to have their hair kind of point cut into, as opposed to that straight blunt at the very end. That could be due to having thicker hair versus finer hair, something of that nature. You will go over with your stylist and figure out which sort of look are you trying to achieve. Some stylists with haircuts like to use razors. I personally don't. Whatever I like to do, a feathered look or things like that, I can typically manipulate with my shears. But for someone who wants more of that feathery, wispy, razored look, you would go to someone who specializes with a razor. If you want weight taken off in particular areas, things of that sort would be handled in a consultation for a haircut. Hair color, it could be a method if you wanted to do a balayage type of hair color look as opposed to a full highlight that's coming out at the root. Those are things that need to be discussed when you have your consultation with your stylist prior to your service. Third reason, and probably the most overlooked, whether or not this hair look is going to equate out into your regular lifestyle. Basically what that means is this too much maintenance for me? Is this low maintenance for someone who is more low maintenance? If you work outside in the summer, maybe you need to know how much maintenance highlights could be. For someone who is out in the sun all the time throughout these warmer months, you might want to go with something a little bit more in the golden ratio as opposed to the ashy ratio, just because ash out in the sunlight all day, it's way higher maintenance than if you just go gold from the get-go. Most of the time, clients will come in and they want a particular hair style or hair color, not realizing at all what that maintenance is going to be, whether or not it's a purple shampoo you have to use regularly or sulfate-free shampoo. If you want sort of a bob haircut that kind of goes around your shoulder area and you have naturally wavy or curly hair, if you like the look of the straight hair, do you want to put in the maintenance of flat ironing your hair every day in order for it to lay right? Is this color going to wash out your skin tone? Is it going to be too much of a contrast? All of these are things that could very much be overlooked when it comes to adjusting the hair to fit your lifestyle. Fourth reason you want a hair consultation is to achieve that perfect look. What specific look is it that you are going for, and how can we customize it to make it so it is unique and your own? You bring in a picture of someone where they've got like a side piece that's hitting them. But for your features, maybe you have a longer face and or forehead than the model that you're bringing in. Maybe your cheekbones stand out, or their cheekbones stand out more than what yours do predominantly. You would need to have that front piece maybe tailored to you more specifically. Maybe it would look better if the piece is more at your chin, but the model has it coming from that eyebrow. Different things like that need to be addressed, and your stylist should ask you things like, what do you dislike about your style or your look or your hair? What are some things that you might be a little self-conscious about that we need to keep into consideration? Like, do you feel very self-conscious about your forehead and need a look that's going to kind of hide some corners here? Do you want your ears always hidden? Are you a ear tucker? Something of those sorts. And that way you can customize whatever look it is, whether haircut or color that you've already decided on. How can we make this your own look? The fifth and most awkward thing to talk about is beauty budget. Whether or not you and your stylist are on the same page as far as price point, and maybe even if someone is maybe a little bit out of your range, maybe they could recommend someone who could be at a lower price point for you. But also being realistic and understanding that high quality haircut and color definitely will come with a higher quality price. I always make sure with my clients that I go over if I'm adding on anything and why it is I'm adding it onto their service, because some hair, if we're doing lightener application on top of lightener application, it needs a bond builder in it. If we are going and doing a color correction, again, it needs that bond builder in it, so I can ensure that that hair is not going to be over compromised and possibly break over time from having two different chemical services done to it. Those are my 5 reasons why consultations are very needed and important. Please keep in mind that, at least with me at Bombshell Salon, we have complimentary consultations, and for bigger services like color corrections and fantasy color, it's required to have the consultation at least a day prior to, not that same appointment day, just because we need to look at timings, whether or not we can perform the service, if you need to clarify your hair beforehand, things like that, that needs to be taken into consideration. All right, thank you everyone for watching. Again, please hit that subscribe button if you have stayed all the way to the end here, and I will see you all in my next video. And again, 3, 2, 1.